shoot, I said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs live. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And I know a lot of Xbox dudes are still running around high on their own supply, if you know what I mean. That Game Pass bean, you know, if you got Game Pass Ultimate, you're out here running around with Call of Duty acting a little bit up and a little bit insane. I know, but I've been slacking on Twitch. Relax, man. This is the earliest day in the week, and this is the best week of the year for me when it comes to all the stuff that I like to do with Halloween and everything else like that. But I told you I got something set up for Friday. It's gonna be dope, right? Leading in, going in, and having fun doing so. But everybody get ready. You know, Call of Duty Friday is going to happen. It's the takeover. The wait's over. God MC, me, King Hover is back in the building. And, but we have a whole bunch of information today. Now, some of this information is not cool, right? And I'm going to tell you guys, closing of studios, people losing their jobs is no laughing matter at all. But I'm going to tell you, if you don't laugh at stuff, you'll cry. So I'm here to bring the laughter, baby. So if you're easily offended, then this show ain't for you today. Because, boy, I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to have me some fun. But, yo, something happened the other day. So dudes keep asking me, yo, when are you going to talk about Dragon Age? When are you going to talk about Dragon Age? When are you going to talk about Dragon Age? And Dragon Age, Bella. There she goes. I'm always used to my baby being around me. So if you see me looking for her, I'm just making sure that she's there. Because she likes to hang. She's a daddy's girl. She hangs around me all the time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about Dragon Age. And then I saw the whatchamacallit that came up with Maddie Plays from Defining Duke fame. And I did some investigating behind it, and then I was looking at all the DEI stuff and the controversy when it came to that, and when it went to the genesis of that, and that's just such a downer, right? I'll be honest with you. And I'm a huge Dragon Age fan, so I got the props upstairs. I'm going to bring those down tomorrow, and I'll do a video tomorrow. Shout out to Fatanga Plays. Go check out the Fatanga Plays video. I thought he was honest and unbiased when it came to his interpretation of things. Kind of like these guys that actually are able to navigate a lot of stuff and be clear on things and never switch up. So, again, go check out Fatanga Plays and Maddie. My experiences with Maddie is this, and I'm gonna say something because I saw some stuff that was there that I didn't like. You know, dudes calling him, you know, a certain kind of character that he isn't. He has never exhibited that level of character to me and always been a genuine person when it came to me. Also, I pretty much know the circumstance because I have an inside lane on some things, and I know the circumstance that was pretty much out of his control. A lot of times we be under NDA, and that's why I don't like really playing NDA in games, and y'all hear me ask if I can talk about certain things, and I really don't share much because my circle is really, really tight. Pause. Watch yourself. And I personally just try to stay out of certain things, but I can understand how things happen and some things out of your control. So, my well wishes goes out to Maddie. And me talking about Dragon Age, that's going to be a touchy thing because a lot of you guys are not going to like my opinion of certain things. And a lot of you guys will love my opinion of it. Right. So I guess we're living in a world where there's easily offended people and people that understand exactly where you're coming from. And I'm going to tell you, you think you know where my take is going. You do not know where my take is going because I'm a Dragon Age guy that's been playing Dragon Age since they've been out. Right. And I was waiting for this. So, and it sucks. It's going to hit a backlog because I'm not going to get a chance to play it. I'm just, thank God I wasn't on NDA in doing so. To be honest with you, thank God. But let's get into these topics because I told you something and I'm 98% right all the time. But we'll get into it. Metal Slug Tactics come to the Game Pass on day one, 20 minutes of gameplay. The new footage features Akari Warriors Clock, Raph, and Leona. The turn-based strategy Metal Slug Tactics will be available for Xbox Series X and X, Xbox One, Viva Game Pass Ultimate, and Viva PC Game Pass. Anywhere Game Pass is available. Anything but standard, baby. Got to get your game up. Day one when it launches November 5th, publisher Dimatu and developer Learcore Studios announced it will also be available for the PlayStation 5. Get your money up. Hey, y'all want to play? It's going to cost you 25 cash. PlayStation 4, 25 cash. You can also buy it on Xbox, Switch, and PC, but 25 cash. So I'm going to tell you right now, one of the games that I've been looking forward to this year. So if you're into tactical RPGs and you love Metal Slug, if you don't have Game Pass, what are you doing? If I told you what you're supposed to be doing, you're supposed to be trying to play the Game Pass on the ultimate level. Day and date, baby, is real. Dudes know who the new sheriff in town, and his name is Reggie Hammond. I'm just saying, man. Y'all either gonna get down or lay down. But before it's all said and done, I told you, this generation, it's not one yet. And the most I could tell you is, I ain't hear no bell. Ding, ding. Round 12 just started, baby, and Microsoft is here for the knockout. Sony legs is looking wobbly. They going for the kill. Sure enough.
But regardless whether you like it or you don't like it, you love it, you hate it, one thing for damn sure, you are gonna respect it.
Guess what's available today? Guess what's available today? Go customize your controllers. Hey, it's not only the biggest game this year, it's over here. It's over here. So if you're tired of this plain Jane, if you're tired of this controller looking as boring as it possibly can, jump up and customize. Jump up and customize. Take your controller to game to the next level. Show your fandom to Call of Duty that resides in the home of the box. Xbox. Told y'all. The top feels so much better than the bottom. Woo! Little bit different, huh? Yeah. Don't be mad. Be glad. I heard you was looking for a little bit of information on Halo. Well, I think it's time. Right? Let's go. Stalker 2 will be joining the Stalker trilogy and supporting mods on the Xbox Series S and X. That's wonderful to hear. That if you are steeped in their tradition, mod support is there for you. Now, if you're a console gamer like myself, and, very rarely do we get a chance to get these mod supported games. And when they do come through, we gravitate to them because I think being able to manipulate and change your game in a way that you see fit is the ultimate and kind of like an ownership of the game itself as far as your identity to the game. So players diving in to collect the Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl achievements following its launch on Xbox Series X and PC will be available to use player-created mods. It's unclear if Stalker 2 will support mods on Xbox day one or if GSC will roll it out after. But it's great to know that the upcoming Game Pass game will utilize them. It's always great to know that stuff that is intrinsic to the series is available. The game, I told you, looked great, played good, and it was certain aspects that we talked about, and hopefully those things are fixed and worked on. I thought the game was definitely an incredible video game from a small team under extreme circumstances. And it's just great to see that it does reach the finish line. They did get the extra time. And I remember that mission right there. Lord Cognito and myself was doing that mission. And it was a harrowing experience, to be honest with you. But yeah, y'all going to see very soon this game, Stalker 2, which I was new to the Stalker series. I never played like Stalker 1, but I'm going to tell you right now, this game, if you think it's Metro, it's not. And that was my thought process going into it. Oh, it's absolutely not. But very soon, the launch is coming soon, and we'll get a chance to delve deep inside this world of Stalker 2. And y'all get a chance to see what I was playing. And then I can really talk about it. It's crazy. Machine Games confirms that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle runs at 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X and S series. This is good news to know. What you need to know is Machine Games is building Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, an upcoming action-adventure game based on popular LucasArts film franchise. Set in 1937, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle once again follows Indiana's journey to prevent the Nazi regime from acquiring supernatural powers. In an exclusive interview with Windows Central, creative director Axel Tavarinas spoke about the game's performance targets on Xbox as well as how the project came about. They gave a hands-on preview, and to be honest with you, I really do not want to keep talking about this story-driven game and more story is given out. Now, it's great to know that Indiana Jones is aiming to hit these performances. And is the performance going to be sustained? What's the resolution looks like? Because, we hear 60 frames per second. What's the resolution? Is it dynamic? Is it 1440p? What did you do to obtain that level of resolution and that level of frame rate? So those things is keen stuff to talk about. But personally, what I can extrapolate from this, how Indiana Jones and the Great Circle materialized. You acquired the license. You looked at what studio that best fitted and what was their proposals to making the game, and you decided from there. That's what I can extrapolate, and I'm not going to go there. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle core pillars and technical targets. They asked them, and listen, what I'm going to tell you is a lot of people got a chance to go behind the scenes and, get to LA and see this game. Talk about this game in depth, hands-on. Shout out to my man, Mr. Boomstick XL. He was one of the few fortunate people that got a chance to be there in person, hands-on with the game. So, from my talking to him, the game is in great hands. The game is in great shape. The game looks fantastic, plays extremely well. And at this point, November, close to November, one more week, a month out from launch, that's a great sign. And it's extremely positive knowing that you close the year off with one of your new large IPs that you get a chance to license. So, like I said, this is a licensed IP. And again, Disney type of situation where I'm pretty sure the licensing fees and all that other stuff factored into the equation when launching it on other platforms and the decision making behind that. I full and wholeheartedly believe that this game will be available for Switch 2. You probably get that at launch for Switch 2. That's my prediction of it. Is the stop is not going to stop at the PlayStation. I honestly believe that this game launches on Switch 2. So have fun with it. Flint, the new turn-based tactical RPG, pirate RPG, is going to be launched in November. I haven't seen this much tactical games being released in such close proximity to each other. This one looks really cool. So if you're into tactical games, this is one of the games that's going to be launching in November. It was delayed for a couple of weeks, but again, I can't hold you. There's certain tactical games that I'm looking forward to, and I might give this one a shot if it happens to fall into categories like Game Pass. But just a little heads up, if anybody was looking out for Flint and why it had got delayed, it's releasing in November. So keep your eyes out, keep your nose ready for this. Me personally, I'll let y'all know right before it launches, as soon as I get the actual date, and then you guys can prep, get the games out of the way that you need to delve into this game. It looks pretty decent. I'm not gonna hold you. Stellar Blade gets a rare discount, but the PlayStation 5 exclusive is on sale for today and today only. Now, that's not the only game that's on sale. Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade, two single-player games that seem to have small, minor success on the PlayStation platform. I think both of them are, actually, Rise of the Ronin developer said they will self-publish from now on, and all of these single deals won't happen again because they found out it's a new dawn, it's a new age, it's a new time, and if you're not everywhere, you're not nowhere. Because did anybody hear that tree fall in the forest? I didn't, unless you live down the block, so nobody really cares now, do they? But this is about sales. If you need that sale, man, and if you actually happen to have a PlayStation, well, look at me, showing you how to save some money. Stellar Blade Standard Edition is $50 right now. If you go to Best Buy, go get that. If you want Rise of the Ronin, it's $40 right now. They were both $70. See that at Amazon. Stellar Blade, we already know how she looks. She looks fantastic. The game looks great. And just jump in. Play the game as much as possible. If that is your jam, I thought the game looked fantastic. If anybody saw me playing the demo, it plays pretty good. It plays pretty clean. One of the games that I thought was a highlight, and it harkens back to how we play games back in the days, with without all these stupid agendas, just games, man. and good enough story to get it through, but a lot of action and immersion to take you into a different realm. So I'm gonna tell you, if you're checking for the game and you thought that this was one of the games that you wanted to pick up, it's a gorgeous game, to say the least. It makes you remember when the 360, if you are from the 360 era, it was a level of action adventure type of games that was prevalent in that era. And this harkens back to that. It's unapologetically steeped in the old values of video games, whereas you have a little flash, a little flesh, and a whole lot of graphical up close scenes that shows you what you're capable of doing when you get to the engine. I think that old school gameplay and that old school mindset delivered in spades. Now, it's a shame that the game isn't available everywhere, but this is the reason why you have everything, right? You don't lock yourself off to one console. Financially, if you're able to achieve this level of gaming in the elite status, then you understand you're not locked off from anything. As you can see, the game looks phenomenal. It's different aspects of the world. Like, I like the way the materials look. Like, if you see something that's leather, you know it looks like leather. If you see something that's metal, it looks like metal. Look at that little screen. So it's little things like this that I love, because I remembered back then what made games important. When we got out of our way and decided to make games, this is what we got. So I always like the fact that they made this game. In this day and age, this game should not exist with what is going on, with everybody so butthurt with every little word that you say, or people can't have different type of genders being represented in different ways without them feeling offended. I thought, like, as you can see, I thought gameplay was key. I thought action was what we signed up for. So listen, if you didn't pick it up, the physical edition is $50. And if you're a PlayStation person, I will highly recommend it if you like action adventure games. And Rise of the Ronin, I didn't play it enough, but I understand that probably they didn't hit internal metrics. But those are the gambles that you take, right? As far as the developer goes, a lot of developers are understanding now those gambles are no longer paying off. So multi-plat is where they should stay. But kudos for these guys for doing all that they did with the little studio that they do have. And yeah, I cannot wait to hear your comments at the bottom about Stellar Blade. This is going to be fun.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
We talked about the first game. We talked about Stellar Blade that was on sale. And I didn't get a chance to talk about Rise of the Ronin too much. Rise of the Ronin had piqued my interest very early on. And I don't know. I didn't like the performance that I saw from it. And I guess that came across with a lot of people, right? So what I might do with my PlayStation 5 Pro, the last console, what I might do is play that then, right? So I might pick this game up. They got it for $40. You pick it up for $40. And what a suck now is you pick it up now for $40, and then Black Friday comes and you could have got it for like 25, right? But I guess that's the risk that you take right about now. So I'm conflicted with my thoughts on picking up this game. Hopefully this game lives up to whatever expectations or minor expectations that I do have for it. You see, because you notice some of the performance stuff, right? And I can't say that it's the same thing as Stellar Blade, because it's not. It's a larger game with a different skill set and more robust when it comes to certain aspects of it. But I do appreciate the sensibilities that it do display from afar that I see. And I am one of those people that is keenly, how can I say it, intrigued by Asian culture. So stuff like this, it catches my eye, and my level of interest and respect when it comes to a Japanese or Asian culture is truly high. And any information that I can get while playing it, be it fictional or non-fictional, is stuff that I like, and I'm kind of I can say it, an unapologetic individual when it comes to it. I would choose a lot of these games over other games just because of my intrigue when it comes to Eastern and Asian culture. So, yeah, I do want to get a chance to play it. And it does harken back to like a PlayStation 3 game that looks a little bit more up-res, with more stuff on screen. Because that's what it looked like before. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I think gameplay is key. But for $40, I'll indulge, right? And if it plays way better on my Pro with all the thoughts that I had for it, then that's a bonus that I think that I'm willing to explore. What my man Porter Rock say? Grand opening, grand closing. Yo, Porter Rock, man, shout out to you. Man. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. That don't get no funnier and no more apropos than that. I'm looking at it right now. Update from PlayStation Studios. Sony Interactive Entertainment. Below is an internal email from my man Herm, CEO of Sony Studio Business Group, Sony Interactive Entertainment, distributed today to all employees. Dear team, today I want to share some important updates at Sony Interactive Entertainment Studios Business Group. We consistently evaluate our games portfolio, which I heard you ain't got a lot of IPs. So, I mean, if it's left up to you, Herm, you know what you got. You like that one who'll be like, Dylan. But you be like, Horizon. I'm just saying, Herb. You so funny, man. As part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen SIE's business studio, you dudes on life support, bro. Somebody get this guy a defib stat. Oh, man, we have to make the difficult decision relating to 2 of our studios. Holy 2. I want to know, where is the outcry for Firewalk Studios and Neon Koi? I want to see y'all take to the streets over this, man. I want y'all to go crazy like y'all did for Hi-Fi Rush. I want to know, where's the justice for Concord? This is what I want to know. This is what we're here for. You dudes. I want to know. We yell at. Pull up. What's happening? What's going on? Expand to beyond PlayStation devices. Oh, they said we will expand beyond PlayStation devices. Hello. Yo, Switch. What up, B? Yo, Xbox. I see you back there. Yo, Herb, keep talking. I like what you're talking about. And crafting and engineering online experiences alongside our single-player games and key factual areas for us, as well as we evolve our revenue streams. You see, what that means is our revenue streams that we got intact right now ain't doing all that. So what we need to do is evolve. We need to take it from the small and make it to the large. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to get other people involved? Because the people that we do have now don't buy no goddamn games. But I'm just saying, let's get to it. We need to be strategic. Bad boys moving silence with violence. Y'all dudes right now need to stop it. Oh, man. And bringing our games to new platforms. Hello. We need you because we don't have enough. This is all I'm saying. This is true. This is what they do for you. PlayStation's not your booze. She's for the streets. She's for the streets. Hey, Play. I appreciate the fact that you realize your missteps and you need to evolve your financial revenue streams. Let's get it. And recognize when our games fall short of meeting player expectations. Bro, you've been doing that for a second. While mobile remains a priority growth area for the studio's business. PC and mobile is priority. Console dudes, you're second class. We are in a very early stage in our mobile efforts. That means help us, please. We need people to help us build out our framework so we can get that popping because we will like to hit 3 billion people. Sounds like somebody's reading someone else's homework. I'm just saying. To achieve success in the area, we need to concentrate on titles that are in line with PlayStation Studios' pedigree and have the potential to reach more players globally. That means we effed around and found out we don't know nothing about multiplayer. With this reinforced approach, Neon Koi will close and its mobile action game will not be moving forward. Sucks. I'm telling you, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. And when you don't got that Call of Duty money to fall back on, well, now it's time to show your work. With this refocused approach, Neon Koi will close and the mobile action game will not be moving forward. I want to express my gratitude to everyone at Neon Koi for their hard work and endless passion to innovate. Even though we told them that they were cool and we had bread, we lied. We ain't had no money. And regarding Firewalk, he said regarding them dudes, Firewalk, as announced in early September on an important update about Concord, certain aspects of Concord was exceptional. It was nothing exceptional about that game, boy. There was nothing exceptional about the game. The only thing that Concord did exceptionally was die off. Woo, that's crazy. But others will not land with enough players, man. And the result, we took the game offline. 11 days after it was here, grand opening, grand closing. Shout out to my man Porter Rock. No, by no means is this a slight at my man Porter Rock. By no means. But I'm telling you, you can't say this ain't funny. We spent considerable time these past few months exploring our options. We sat there and said, how the hell can we salvage this wreckage? This disgusting wreck of a game? After much thought, we determined it was the best path forward to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I.e. Hiroki Totoki came down and said, man, I told you shut the lights off. It ain't no free to play. This game is dead. You heard what King David said. Ain't no bringing back the dead. I don't care what you thought what ritual you thought you was going to pull on October 31st. The Bewitching album will not see Concord. It's over, Prime. It's over, Prime. I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly the colleagues and friends of departing SIE. Both decisions are giving serious thought. Now, what I want y'all dudes to go out there and talk all that doom and gloom. I need it. I need that salt. I need that fire. I need that brimstone. Shout out to Jason Schreier for doing the Lord's work. I'm a big believer in beliefs in embracing creativity and experimentation and developing a new IP. You's a damn liar. Everything about you is horizon, 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 horizon. Herm, you are the next one to go. What Donald Trump said to the dudes? You're fired. Remember that? On The Apprentice? You're fired. Herm, now I told you. Next fiscal period, you're gone. While today's a difficult day, there's much to look forward to in the months ahead from Studios Business Group and our teams. Thank you for your support. Wow. I just say, wow.
I'm allergic to scams. Seriously, this is not new. It's been disproven. It's a joke. It's a scam. It's not real. I'm out.
This is probably the only 30th anniversary anything that I would buy. I mean, if they had came out with the wings of the 30th anniversary, I would get it. And my reasoning for it is because I was there when they launched in the beginning. I have a nostalgic connection to that brand. And it's fitting that they did this, being that it's their last console. It's befitting that you go out how you came in. Wear those colors, because those colors, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like when they first launched and we saw it and we got it in the house, you popped it open, and you were like, wow, and the controller. It was such a departure from what Nintendo was offering at that time. And it opened and ushered a new wave because, you know, it was different things that Sony did back then that was cutting edge, that was attacking the norms. They weren't the establishment. Sony was anti-establishment. Sony was a rebel. Sony was willing to challenge and to attack and continue to strive to give gamers what gamers were looking for. When Nintendo kept trying to put you in that box of, you know, we have to be establishment, we have to listen to Congress talk about how video games is bad and we have to tone down violence in games. Sega and PlayStation flew in the face of those ideologies and gave us what we truly wanted as gamers. And a lot of times you guys, dudes bag on me. They like, oh, why you always hate PlayStation? I don't know why that offends anybody, to be honest with you. And then also your take on me hating PlayStation. I don't hate anything. That word is too strong to use for a company. But what I do is I miss how they used to be. You only know them how you know them. I know them how I knew them. So I can see a distinct difference. You know how in the beginning when you're dating somebody and y'all treated a certain way, and then you can tell them later on how that relationship changed because they are no longer the same person. They no longer to do the small things. Like remember before where they would like rub your back or hold your hand and reach out for you or do whatever. Those little small things, and those things are no longer prevalent. Well, then you can say, well, that changed, right? So then you can have a disassociation to that relationship and step away. That doesn't mean that you didn't once love her. That just means she's just not the same anymore. And with time, things change and people grow apart because you no longer like the direction that they're going. And I'm going to tell you, I do not like the direction that the PlayStation has gone. But this controller, they will be restocking it with at least 2 items of the 30th anniversary. Them producing fake FOMO is so disgusting. put the stuff out there. If it sells, it sells. They taking it out. Let's stagger stock. Your fake strategies don't work anymore. We're living in a world that's now. If it's not now, we don't care. Right? Before, those strategies used to work, and it seems like they're working off an old playbook that somebody gave them. And I just don't like the playbook. So I was never going to get a portal. I mean, I thought about it a couple of times. I was like, man, the hell with doing that. I'll just give my kid my PlayStation 5 and I get, pick up the Pro. And the Pro would have been cool in the 30th anniversary, but I'm not paying $1,000 for that console at all. Even if it's their last console, it doesn't even matter to me. But the controller, to have something, to tie them from the beginning to the end is cool. Now, if y'all don't understand symmetry and you don't understand symbolic nature of things, I do. And I know visualization is key. And that's big. So, hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how we do. We're going to run it up on the bumps. It's every day turning into a reality. This is how we started. Here's how we ended. That stuff is crazy. Wow. So I got 2 more weeks to my PlayStation 5 Pro reaches my house, right? 80 plus PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced games now confirmed ahead of launch. The list of PlayStation 5 enhanced games has grown to 80. All these games, 80 games. I don't have damn near 80, none of that. But cool. If you're interested or if you are looking to invest into a PlayStation 5 Pro, here's the list. You can pause the screen at any time. There's a reason why I do this format. And if any of these games intrigue you, or if you happen to have any of these games, then cool. There's Stellar Blade there. Yes, Stellar Blade is there. And what was the other game that we just saw? I don't know. But again, listen, it only benefits them that 100% of their games are work with the Pro. The Pro should automatically enhance their games. But I guess they got to go through some type of process or whatever. I don't really care. All I want is to play my games on the last console from the PlayStation company before they go completely third party and the app. Right? So, cool. Great. This is great stuff to have. This is dope. And I appreciate them putting a list out. It would be cool if they could show you guys what the difference is between the before and after. But at the same time, oh yeah, Rise of the Ronin is there. Good. So I pick it up for $40 and get a chance to play something on my Pro, day one. I look forward to that unboxing, guys, so y'all can check that out to see how the King feels with the unboxing of the PlayStation 5 Pro. And a sign of things to come, Sony and Bungie knows who the hell they need to help this game get past the line. Bungie provide dev updates on Marathon, encourage Xbox fans to wish list. You see, they know they can't rely on the PlayStation fan base to support in the manner in which Marathon needs the support. In recent events where games on the PlayStation platform aren't living up to expectations, aren't selling, aren't reaching, we have found out through internal leaks of information, studios closure, and just all mismanagement of the current IPs, knowing that they don't have enough. Everything is weighing heavy on them. And they need to get outside of the current devices to get to a different market to establish a larger revenue stream. because the current revenue streams aren't adequate. Marathon needs your help. For as little as X amount of dollars a day, you too can adopt a Marathon and help Sony continue to stay in the game. I personally will keep the boot on Kong's neck this whole generation. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. We're going to run it up on these bums. But we know that Kong is in trouble because Zilla is on that back. Pause. I told you. Hashtag 98% right all the time. The king will always do his thing. Why doubt me? Join me. The water's fine. And you guys on Xbox, if anything in that trailer interests you, let's throw Sony a bone. Or better yet, let's make them put it inside Game Pass and let them have to buy it. Like we do with MLB The Show. Remember that? Yeah. See you next year.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
Now, I showed you how to save money. I showed you what it was all about. You was able to save money here on some games that you was probably interested in. And for dudes that say, yo, King, you always biased against PlayStation. I showed you how I'm picking up that controller because it reminds me of the past when she was cool. Now she ain't. You know what I'm saying? She no longer does the little things for you, you know. And I guess y'all just, me and her grew apart. I no longer recognize her no more. That stuff just happens, you know. Plus, I'm in love with Xbox. The best box. No pause. Hashtag no Diddy. But I'm just saying, yo, right? But then I also showed you if you're picking up a Pro, what for? Right there you go. I showed you. But Concord, I'm 98% right all the time. When dudes are talking that free to play stuff, I said, hell no, it ain't coming back. And from the people that I spoke to, Herm is out of here. Now, you always got people that's inside companies or inside or around businesses that don't like a certain person for whatever reason. I'm just tying it to financials. If you don't perform, you get kicked out. If you haven't seen what Hiroki Totoki's talking about, any team that didn't pull up their end saw the end. So understand that Hiroki's not playing. That's the reason why you saw Marathon say, yo, please, Xbox dudes, wish list this. They need your help more than ever. You don't really realize y'all at the brink, and y'all really think y'all still the same. You the old dude in the club. Everybody done heard your pickup lines. It's not working. Maybe you can fool some out-of-towner that don't know nothing about you, Sony. But dudes know everything about you now. You lie, you cheat, you steal. You don't care about the consumer. It's over. You're trying to lock people in 360 deals to get their games over there. Now the games ain't selling. Now they got to have them on super discount. And then they can't really go too low because you take a large chunk of their money. Dudes don't even own their likenesses no more. You're a parasite. You're a culture vulture. You're the worst aspect of this whole video game thing. And it's hard to deny it's going to be better when you're gone. Because you're going to take away with you that whole toxic fan base that feels entitled. The reason why I don't like the PlayStation fan base because y'all are entitled, petulant little children that feel that you deserve anything. That feels anytime you do something wrong, you're supposed to get a pass. Now, the reason why that is so prevalent is because that's exactly Sony in a nutshell. They want the media to cover up their faults. They want anytime they do something wrong for it to get slided and pushed to the side. They want anything that they do get done right is to be overpraised and over glorified. And they feel entitled to have a piece of everything. And no one deserves anything. Everything is earned. So that's the fan base in a nutshell. Y'all never had to get it out the mud. So the reason why I like Xbox is, I've never really been a fan of the person everybody likes. What's the fun of that? Of being part of something everybody likes? You know what it is? I have validation within myself. I don't need validation in groups of others. And I'm self-aware enough to understand that video games is a solo experience and that being in a crowd really doesn't put me with the crowd. We're just siloed off. So I understand that and respect that enough, but I also understand that my experiences with video games is truly the testament of my individuality and how I love fighting games or how I love adventure games or how I love certain games is really steeped into my preferences and my tastes. And if I happen to share those preferences and tastes with others, then that's cool and that's a boon and that's something that we can engage on and have conversation with. But when I pick up that controller, I am isolated into my own world, into my own experience. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly how each and every last one of you are. So I don't hate on the PlayStation player for being a gamer and loving games. That's what you're supposed to do. And I don't hate on the PlayStation player for a piece of plastic box that's ignorant, stupid, and childish. Those toxic traits that I expressed, the petulant child, the entitled syndrome, the temper tantrums when something doesn't go right, those things I kind of definitely can't stand. And I find in the Xbox community, those traits are less likely found there. And I really like how the Xbox community comes together and, is there for one another. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't PlayStation gamers that don't share those same traits. But what I would say is those PlayStation gamers that share those same traits are just real gamers that happen to game on PlayStation. What I will always say is this is a hobby. This is not essential to living. And I always say fun your fun. So when people tell me that they paid for something over getting it for the cheapest price and still having the same product, that's not a flex to me. It's never been a flex. I come from Blockbuster renting games. I come from GameFly. I come from Redbox. I come from renting games my whole life. I come from game services my whole life. I love Netflix. I love if I can get a service, I'm in. I go to the movies anytime I want because I do Regal Plus with the family. So I'm able to take my wife and, my grandkids and my sons and everybody to the movies anytime I want because I find value in that service. I'm a person that is frugal with his dollar, but I want the most out of that dollar. because I respect the hard work that went into that dollar. So the moment that you told me you paid more for something I paid less for, I looked at you as a goofy. Because with that savings, what I did was I did extra. Because I have a responsibility to myself and others. So, you understand now what I'm talking about. I want us to get out of that mentality and be a consumer. We want to consume as much as possible for as less as we possibly can. That is the whole crux of the consumer. No consumer wants to pay more for less. That is not a consumer. That's a fool. You know, especially when you have 24 hours in a day and you need to sleep at least 5 of them. So you lost. That's 19. You're at 19. You at work 8 hours. So 19. Now you got 11 hours in a day. And you're going to say your commute to your job is probably like 2 hours tops. Time is slipping. And the time that you put for your gaming habits, you know, is paramount. If you can squeeze out some time to play. I'm talking about people with responsibilities. If you're just starting life and you don't have those responsibilities right now, understand that they will show up. And you will start to respect that gaming time that you do have. And you will gain a backlog and a catalog. And that stuff will happen. Because it was a time when I was able to stay up 24 hours playing games. 2-3 days banging games out. Pause. That's just not an option now. I guess until retirement. And then when you get to retirement, you want to go travel the world. Priorities, priorities, priorities. Remember, I told you this is a hobby. This is not essential. But we saw a company close up and never coming back. And those people that lost their job, my heart goes out to you. I can make all the jokes in the world, but at the end of the day, it's not really jokes, right? Because this is seriousness. So in this small, ever closing space that we call video games, hopefully they do find a place and do find a nice landing when it comes to it. So I'm going to take my logo. I'm going to throw it around my behind playing my Twitch. Playing some games on Twitch because I got to get back to that Call of Duty campaign. Best campaign I've been playing so far. And my silly behind hasn't been able to get over there or haven't been able to play Fortnite. I'm slacking in my macking. I'm slipping in my pipping. But I'm going to tell you like I always do. Try to play the Game Pass.